arrows pointing up. The exits are right there to your left and your right. We are already in space, so you are already on this flight. So yes, yes, yes. Invite who you like. Just make sure they're not on no BS tonight, okay? Yes, yes, yes.
All right, you
Okay,
can
we running.
hit the yeah.
I
just hit
did. I did. And we're waiting on the on Instagram.
You ready?
Come on.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we over? Are we over there? Yes. Okay, we're good.
And that's me. Yo, yo, yo. What's goody? What's goody? What's goody? This your boy HT. I was 702. Let's get tripping like a kid untied shoes. And if you don't know, now you know. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Howard Hour Live. I can get some confetti in the air. Confetti in the air, man. I don't know about y'all. If y'all turned up like I am, man, it's the Howard Hour Live to be exact. And this is something that's to be seen. And that's a fact. Man, folks, we made it to the another end of the week. And man, that is something that is sweet. That is something that got complete. And I don't know about y'all, but hey, it's also another reset. It's also another way to get to another day. And I don't know about if you made it to your goals, but hey, it is something to just relax on, chill, and not even just that, man, just reset. But not even that, folks. This whole week, man, I tell you, man, every time we have a week that's going on, it's something that goes on crazy. And I don't know if y'all been seeing, man, but the Olympics been going on. Like, I got any Olympics folks in here? Like, y'all been watching? Y'all been watching like I have and everything, or I'm just the only one? Y'all don't care about national events. Let me stop. But no, yes, folks, if you don't know, they have the Paris Olympics going on right now in Paris. Yes, Paris, France, folks. If you don't know, the 2024 Olympics is going on from like July 27th all the way to August August 17th, August 17th, I think. Yes. But folks, already from everything that they've been having going on, they've been having celebrities come in and out of all areas in the place. Yes, you see Marcus Jordan. Yes, folks, we seen what he was doing at breakfast. We can't talk about that, so I know Michael mad. But no, man, not even as that, folks. We've been seeing all the celebrities there like Quavo. We had Michael Rubin, and we also had the main man himself, Mr. Travis Scott. Yes, folks, Mr. Travis Scott was out there turning up and wilding out. And man, he was wilding out so bad that they talking about supposedly end up putting hands on one of his security guards, supposedly, in the place that he was staying at reside in. He ended up getting arrested at the hotel and escorted out by French police. And folks, this was a scene that was really something that should not be seen. But man, this just show you at the end of the day too, man, people are still humans. People still go through stuff. You don't know what's going on. But not even as that, man, they just showed this man going through, and all they're talking about is him just acting out. But man, yes, folks, even with the Olympics going on, I see some of my people in here with their tracksuits on. And I don't know if y'all seen it, man, but we had their first breakdancing competition also. Yes, first breakdancing competition. And yeah, B-Girl Ami from Japan. She won the first ever gold medal with this. And man, I just sat here and watched the sights, folks. It was something that was going all over the place. You could really see when somebody really is down for the culture and really in the embodiment of it. And I really see why Japan walked away with that. So man, if y'all really got time to really check that out, make sure you really go see those clips from the breakdancing competition they had with the Olympics. It sold out in 24 hours, folks. 24 hours for an event that they had up there. But man, not even is that, man. We going on. All my nerds. Yes, I'm talking to all my nerds. Hi there. What's up? How y'all doing? Man, folks, we got D23 going on. Yes, folks, last weekend was Comic-Con. Yes, San Diego at that. And this week we have Disney 23, a fan fair event for all the friends and everything that's with Disney, that's a. And not even as that, folks, D23 is showing you what's the newest and latest craze that's going on in this profound thing that we call technology in the digital realm. And also that, folks, why before I even start up the show, I'm so excited to even say this, folks, we have a Toy Story 5 coming out. Yes, I say that again. Breaking news. Toy Story 5 is coming out. Incredibles 3 is coming out. Moana 2 is coming out, folks. I don't know about y'all, but I just made the joke earlier talking about I think I'm gonna forget I have kids for some of these movies, and that's just not even a bad thing. But man, we also got an inside scoop. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan is back at it with a sequel to Freaky Friday. Yes, man. I don't know about y'all, but this is nostalgic feels that's going on all around, and it's really good to really see it going down like this. But folks, this is just showing you in this digital age that we are. I have to just end it with this too. We have an Incredibles 3. Like, do you guys hear like everything that's going on right now, man? This is bringing back childhood vibes, but not even as that. This is bringing on to a new traction to the new generation of kids that are out here. I have one of my sons growing up in this format that's growing like how you say we got the old school that we grew up on, and now I get to watch him grow up in this new age that was the same thing that we was raised on. But not even as that, folks, they're showing the new adaptations and everything that they have coming out. They have a Gaff of the Witch coming, the follow-up to WandaVision series on my comic book heads. But everything too, man, you need to check out X-Men 97. They had a huge display up there about them. And also, folks, they have got nominated for an Emmy. Yes, confetti in the air, confetti in the air. The writers and the staff who really went behind and went beyond for X-Men 97 got nominated for an Emmy for Best Writing of an Animated Series. So make sure you go and check that out. But folks, man, we keeping this thing packing, rolling, you know, moving like a locomotive do. I tell you, man, we here tonight to really talk. And I just still say talk. I can talk all day to y'all. Y'all know that. But one of the words I always use on here, folks, is innovate. And to be an innovator in this space can be trying. To be an innovator in this space, you can be so frustrated at times because people do not see the vision that you see. To be an innovator, you still leave out ways that people can still build on. And that's what we pave on. That's how people can walk and make schematics that never be seen before, because you have those innovators that are really doing what they're supposed to do. Not saying they're doing it for you, but they're doing it for you, if you get what I'm saying. And not even is that to be an innovator and to innovate, man, you really are at trying times, because either people are going to copy, mislabel, or sit there and just go the other way. But when you have that foundation of somebody can really sit there and grow from, thrive from, you are really in those legends and those words of being an innovator. And man, two people that I got coming tonight, man, are really in those stages of being innovators. We have one realm of bringing technology into the metaverse, and you can see how it can make it better first, you feel me? And then the other realm of that, we have technology that's going on in the metaverse, and you see that's going on all around with the aspects, and that's making it better first, you feel me? You see that wordplay, full circle. Shout out to Lion King. But yes, folks, in this day and age, you can see that everything is really on a effect of merging. Folks, we laugh at this all the time, talking about technology is not going to be to the ways of where you're seeing it every day. But folks, it is. It's the way that you're seeing it every day, and it's on your face. And I'm getting the show started tonight, man. This first individual I'm getting ready to bring to the stage, he is showing that side of being inside the metaverse. And to be inside the metaverse, man, people just think they you just put it on and it's just something fun to do with it. No, to really be in this side of the metaverse, you have to have time. You have to have dedication. This man I seen be up at hours like a vampire, showing you what's the latest new thing that's going on in this VR headset. And not even just from a technology advancement, but from a gaming aspect. And to make a creative style to it that's really so wild, and you bring a following to it, man, that's how you get really into the rankings of this becoming something new. And this individual is really showing that. You could really show he's a brand ambassador. I could say that at fact. He shows you like the latest technology you can really mess on. Got a bodysuit at that, man. I'm not even jelly of that. I'm trying to lose my weight, so I'm gonna get my bodysuit next week. But man, not even just that, he is showing you that you can still have fun with this thing that we call virtual reality, folks. And I really need y'all to really give it up, throw some confetti in the air, man, for this individual that I'm really bringing to the stage. So yes, y'all show some love for the one and only. Y'all know y'all seen him around. Y'all know y'all seen him gaming. And y'all know y'all seen him either screaming at the round or two. But man, give it up for the one, the only, Mr. Shawn Cameron.
Sir, yes, sir. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello.
Yes, sir. You did. Let's get there. Woo.
Yes, sir. How you doing? How you doing? What's going on?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are
Feels
you,
good
my
to be
man?
here. Feel
No,
good, feel good.
I thank you so much for coming through, my man. I thank you so much. I know you're a busy man, and like I said, I know you be in the other realm of VR. I call it we don't got no guns and everything in here, so we can't have no round set off. But no, man, I thank you for coming through, my man, because I know
No,
you're
definitely.
busy. So
I
I'm just gonna
appreciate
get down to it, man. Like we laying on the ground. No diddy.
Mhm.
Excuse me. Man, Mr. Shawn, I see you. I see you. I see you. You're in the VR. You're
Mhm.
having fun with it. You're becoming like not becoming, you're a star with it. How did that come about? Like, did you come in here already gaming? Like, what came about with this virtual reality aspect with you?
See, how it really started was me buying. First of all, I went to Best Buy and bought the last headset. That was one. My first game I ever played on VR headset was a roller coaster game. So once I played a roller coaster game and felt how real it felt, I wanted to try out different games. Ever since then, I just started playing games.
Hey, how you doing?
And I took it to a point where I made it to a career.
Man, you bought the last headset. I see that's why a lot of people was mad that day. But no, man. So you've playing the game. You say you like the in-depth vibe to it and everything. Like, how did that come about? That you was making a creative sense to it. To that, how you say you was making a star aspect from it. Like, how did you see that with gaming?
Well, I could say I've been doing content creation since 2000, I say 14, 2015. I started out doing skits. So I took that and realized that I can take that role playing asset that I was using and taking it and put it into gaming. So anytime I would have a game like I say Bone Labs, where I could take and put any type of character, like I say any celebrity that I want to, I could put him in the game and just role play it. As in, maybe I want to rob a bank with Michael Jackson, or I might want to let's say use Bud Lightyear to maybe work at a McDonald's, or you know what I'm saying. I could just do anything in VR. So that's what really just changed me for real, just knowing I could do anything.
I'd love to hear that. Like, a lot of people steer away from that potential of you could do anything on here, and there's many adaptions that I've seen on here. Like, because I caught myself at times like, man, I want to do like something that I seen in the Matrix. You feel me? Like, I want to do like I want to feel like I'm on the Titanic. And first time somebody told me that, like, well, that can't be done. And then I met somebody. You're in the headset. You can make anything that's on here, just like you saying with those games and all that. That all came from a place of like inside creativeness, and to really see that like somebody made an adaptation from it. That is really fun to do. I mean, because I see that with adaptations like with Drunken Bar Fight, certain places you can put mods. Like, how did you see that we're building up a rapport from playing these games and everything, that you were starting to gain traction with the, how you say, the not the fundamentals of them, but you was gaining tractions with the, how would you say it, with the inside of them. Like, I seen you had a lot of like company leaders and everything reach out to you, like, just to play their game. Like, how did that aspect come about? Like, were you on here for like countless hours just like doing demos, or
I feel like that came from I don't know. I could say social media. Like, I feel like TikTok was one of the platforms that really helped me grow entirely. Like, TikTok took me to a whole nother level. I feel like especially when it comes to social media and networking, I feel like that's what really brings people that attention. Because once you see them numbers go up, I feel like let me see what type of content. What's the name of the shaving stuff? That's a game about you just cutting hair. You know what I'm saying? Something fun like that. When people see stuff like that, I guess they just gravitate to it. And once that started happening, I just kept doing it, staying consistent, and I ain't never quit. I just kept it going.
Man, and that's what goals really start with, man. Like, excuse me. to really hear that aspect, because I'm seeing on you, I see you on here like countless hours. I'm seeing the format of like, again, like we did it many times. We're playing our favorite games. We did it many times when we want to get to that level. But I see you do it also outside of the VR aspect.
Yeah.
How do you do that merger right there? Like, do you just keep it into a sound base of, okay, this is gaming content creation, or this is still like exploration? I mean, like me exploring still different realms of this technology. Like, are you just gonna always just keep it at that gaming base?
To be honest, I want to learn. I'm still learning more about VR to this day. You know what I'm saying? So I want to take a little bit further. We're learning more about technology. I always tell people I started out just gaming. Like I'm more of a just gaming. I like to. If anybody comes to me about a game, I'm more of a. All right, let me just show you better than I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? So I rather just get into the game, put the headset on, and go crazy. But now that I've been more into VR, I'm more interested in learning different things too. Like more about mixed reality and different stuff like that. So it's a process. It's a process.
No, I just love like how you said that aspect right there. You reminded me so much of an individual I know. I see her in the crowd. Shout out Miss Brooklyn Bandit. Hey, I see Miss Brooklyn Bandit. Britt, her name is, but we did this construction on here called Bass Drop Radio, and that was like one of the first installs that we was introducing music into the metaverse, but not just about that. We was introducing artists around here in the metaverse that was really doing their thing. But one of the things she really said about like when you're branching off and everything, not just branching out, but when you're growing, you see different adaptations that's still within this fundamentals of this. So you start off doing one thing on here, and at the end of the day, you're doing 800 different things, but still in the same aspect. So to hear that growing aspect, that's what this platform is really for. And it's like it brings a smile to my face to hear that. All right, and it brings me to my next question with, because like I know there's many times like I'm seeing you on here, like it can be frustrated with the gaming aspect. I see like with the trolling sometimes with people. Like, how did it become a fact that you see yourself, you're now becoming a face? I see you now, like when you go to the website now, this is why I love to see like with VR Cat. Like, yes, folks, if y'all really check that out with the treadmill system, really check out VR Cat. They show like a couple of individuals and on the rotation, and they show this man right here, Mr. Tech Man. And if I'm not mistaken, there's another individual, I forgot his handle, but man, did you see yourself like becoming a face of stuff becoming like way beyond the VR? Or like, because I mean, that's not even just in the gaming aspect. I see that like you can work out on that, like you can sit there and make movies and everything on that. Like, how did that come about?
I'm gonna be honest.
All right, here we go.
When I first started VR, actually I seen Tech Man. Tech Man is like my motivation. Like that's I give me, I'm gonna give Tech Man his flowers. Like when I first started VR, I seen Tech Man. He was on the catwalk and he was doing a video where he was swimming. And I was like, bro, that's insane. Even when he had on the vest, I seen him playing with the vest on. I'm like, he's actually feeling what's going on in the game. So what I did was I took that motivation and took it as in I'm just gonna work hard enough until I get seen, or try to talk to Cat VR or try to talk to different brands just to see if I can reach out to see who would tap in with me. So, but eventually it took a little minute. You know what I'm saying? I had to stay quiet and just keep working, and then eventually they tapped in with me. And it's like a dream. It's like a dream. I ain't gonna hold you. It's like a dream.
But and I mean, that's like what you really built from this platform. I mean, because that's not, I want to say like goals that we already have that we want to achieve. Because you said earlier in this conversation, you already know that you wanted to be a star with this. You already know that you wanted to branch out. So already to have your face to not be plastered, but to have your face on this brand now, that is really showing like, okay, hey, like longevity is really showing in this. It's just not like, okay, yeah, they see my game one day and it's just going to be something from it. Like you are really having people buy this equipment now to really get on it, to really see like the same gaming aspect, or to not even as that. What can they develop or what can they see from this from this abstract? I say every time I have every individual that comes on this couch, I say it's the Peter Parker syndrome. You become like Uncle Ben with this thing now, because with great powers you come great responsibilities. I was talking to you before the show. My son watches your stuff, and because he's a Twitch
Love
head,
that.
I call it.
Love
I
that.
feel old with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm only 30, but I see this like this new generation that's coming up, like my son included with it, like how involved they're with it, with the technology realm, and to really see like from your aspect, you can still have fun with this technology. You can still do something with it, and then also you can still grow with it. Like you just don't have to stay with, because I'm seeing all these streamers and everything. Yes, it's funny to say like you're one of my first streamers now on the show.
Yes,
so
thank you.
big ups, big ups, big ups with
W.
that. Besides tech and everything, like, but
Okay.
when I say like with the streaming aspect, like it's, I know that's time consistent. I know that is a schedule. Like, I mean, that's more, I think, tedious than like being a ball player. Like, do that ever become an overwhelming factor, especially now you see like a generation is looking up to you? Do you feel like that adds on a overwhelming factor to either you have to make something out of this, or like either something would not be made? I mean, if that makes sense.
I'm not gonna say overwhelming, but it's very different. Like I said, I've been streaming for about like 3 years now. When I was just doing regulars, just playing like Call of Duty, what I'm saying, things like that. Once I switched over to VR, I feel like it really like turned me up to the next level, because a lot of it's not a lot of VR streamers, you know what I'm saying? So it's real different. It's real different when you type into somebody live and you seeing a whole bunch of people just sitting down gaming, and then you tap into that one live and you seeing somebody standing up cooking in VR, or they might just be playing football. You got hella football fans out here. And just to actually see somebody in the headset playing football on the NFL field that, or their favorite football team, stuff like that is gonna grab people's attention. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like right now, I feel like us being in VR heavy, I feel like we're ahead of the game right now, especially when it comes to technology.
Yeah, you can move the camera to
you know what I'm saying? I feel like if you in the VR, just keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Man, y'all hear that? Y'all see why this individual is really making waves, and he's not even surfing yet. You feel me? Like, I really love to see that aspect, because as an innovator, you're seeing it way beyond your potential. And what the drive you're bringing to the table, but to see that enhancement from that drive to whatever component is going towards, that's the biggest satisfaction ever. And I mean, I thank you for really being on that format, because you could be on here just like these clickbaits and everything, just having these kids, or like not even just kids, but having this generation of like people who don't know about this technology yet, just sitting there being oblivious to not go, hey, this is what you could do with it. Just like I made something out of it. You could either do the same thing, or just have like fun with it. And that brings on a broader range, a broader demographic. I thank you for that, because hey, that's what, have fun with this at the end of the day. So before I even have you leave the stage, my man, because the work that you do is really out here, is being seen. Twitch, I seen that they record everything that you do. Like I see you like play during commercials. Like, hey, shout out to Lux Vision, like we have commercials here. Before I even have you leave the stage though, do you have any words that you could just leave up here for anybody in this virtual realm now that just want to make an aspect of their self, not of their self, but there's something out of it?
Of course. I'll say if you're gonna become a content creator and you're gonna keep doing this, please, just take it serious. Stay consistent as much as you can. Promote yourself on everything. Like, I have people always come to me and say, what should I promote my social media on? I say promote everything on everything. From Essence. There's never a day you can't promote. There's never a day you can't make content. There's never a day where you're gonna have to edit. It is what it is. That's what comes with content creation. You're gonna have to edit, you're gonna have to work hard. But at the end of the day, it's all gonna work out. It's all gonna work out. I'm telling you. Just keep doing what you've been doing. Just keep doing
that's what AI is for.
Yeah, you feel me?
Hey, look.
Content editing.
I said, and I thank you so much for what you do on this platform, Shawn, because hey, you made an individual like myself follow your trend, and I really see what you're doing for the properties that's going way beyond us, my man. Because when they have this in the history books, your name is going to pop up, just like how they have all these creators and everything just for like 24 hours of doing nothing. Man, you're doing something out of this, and man, to really witness it,
thank you.
Thank you for what you do, my man. And again, I'm one to give flowers while we're above the ground. You are the hey, like how you did with Digital Underground, you're the next ones around, my man. And
Thank you. I appreciate
keep doing
that,
what
man.
you're doing. And any way the Howard Hour can help out, man, let me know. We can do a
Definitely.
24-hour merger little Twitch
This
session.
is beautiful. I love the show. I love this. I love this. It's beautiful.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Definitely.
sir, man. So, man, y'all make sure y'all throw some confetti in the air, man, for the one and only Mr. Shawn Cameron.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You just touched the globe right there, and
All right.
yeah, bring you right there. But man, folks, I'm telling you, we're sitting here with this whole aspect of when you're growing on a platform, you see how far you can run with it. No pun intended. I know we just got feet and everything in here, but man, that's why I say about this realm of technology. You can see this merger aspect, and watch how I'm about to do like basketball. Watch,
Cool.
okay, 3-pointer. We go to this side. With technology, you got to see the components that are going with it. You know, with technology, it's just not sitting there. You just write it out on paper and it comes about. You have to go with the scenarios of a system that builds up. With technology, it's just not one that adapts. It's one that has to learn to adapt. Just like society, you have to do to nations to learn. You have to just go beyond words to really see something new. With technology that is visual now, like how we said earlier, AI, that's like a nurturing nurse to a baby. And I say, yes, you laugh at that, like, well, how you doing that? You can sit there and feed bad things to it. You can sit there and feed good things to it. You can sit there and not feed anything at all, and it becomes a stagnant move. You see that a lot of times with technology and the telephone wires. We move to different systems every day, folks, and to be one of these individuals that I'm bringing to the stage that is staying with that wave, man, it is amazing to see. This man here is really setting up stations that you could really to learn, adapt, not even just AI components, not even just about virtual reality components, but technology realms that we see that is going on all around us, what we're wearing on our face. This individual shows every day about the enthusiasm behind this technology that's growing. Do not be scared of the adaptation. You could be a part of it. Just like a flower that grows, this individual is really nurturing how we look at the metaverse, how we could either learn from it or how we could either take something from it and build it up, just like we have those famous Lego bricks, you feel me? And not even as that, I'm so proud to bring this individual to the stage tonight because he is setting a factor that people can either learn from, take from, or just run from. And man, you really have to really take heed or either run away. And man, tonight we're here to really hear what he has to say. But I really need y'all to really give it up, man, for the one, the only, throw some confetti in the air for Mr. Don Allen.
It's
You go right here. You go right here to the side.
There you go.
Yes. Oh,
Hello.
we had somebody come from the front. Hey,
thank you so much for having me.
how are you doing?
Wow. Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Man, I'm
Thank
doing
you so much
good.
for having me on your show.
No, I thank you so much for coming through. I know you're busy like a centipede. So I'm digging the vibe too. I say to see you with the colorful hair. It's something new. I say I'm used to seeing the headsets on you. So I think we're gonna have to get that aspect of get some headsets on you, man. But no, man. How are you doing tonight, man? Like,
oh, I'm doing great. I'm actually I was running out of batteries, so I'm actually in a parking lot of a CVS right now, and I have the batteries in the car, and then I'm using my phone as a hotspot for the headset.
that's dedication, man. See, that's what I mean with busy. Oh, I thank you for that, for having to still running so smoothly, man. Hey, we're in a good lake of success, man. So I'm just gonna get down to it, Mr. Don. I see you on this platform. I got to just recently meet you at AWE. Again, I thank you for the conversation and the insight. I was just seeing you on the panel where you were just talking about with this digital realm that we're in. What brought you? I mean, because I see that this passion of yours started way before like virtual reality. What brought you to this love of technology?
Well, when I realized that technology can like be an extension of myself, it actually kind of came from a pretty dark place, to be honest. But I had back in like when I was 19, I had a brain surgery, and
during my recovery process, and it was just a birth defect in my spinal cord. But during my recovery process, my words got scrambled after my surgery, so I couldn't speak with any clarity, and I also temporarily lost the ability to walk and talk. And so I relied on technology to communicate. I had this little notepad that I would draw on, and I would have to use that to kind of explain stuff to the doctors of like what was going on, because I would hear my words come out in the wrong order. And so, I was like 18, 19 years old around that time, and I'm 31 now. So like, I think that was one of the big loves for technology is this conduit to communicate if there was some other kind of limitation, which I had at the time. And then I was able to leverage tools to be able to communicate and make sense and get the kind of the recovery I needed. And so I think that's where a lot of my interest got I got a lot more interested in then, but I was also interested before, but I would say that was like the main one.
Man, and I mean, you touched a little bit on your love with technology at the panel with AWE. So to see that again, you made that merger aspect with building on a limitation, that shows a passion, just like an artist with their music or an artist with the brush to a canvas. It all starts from a fundamental of a passion. Like we either gotta be like that famous, like, oh, I see my cousin play the famous Mario game, or that famous, like, oh, I was able to play as Kobe Bryant on a famous, like, it's always that first thought. So to hear that come from a dark abstract and to construct it to a positive manner, big ups with that, because that brings me to my next foundations with, like, I see you out here with this technology advancement. Like I call you a robot with it, because you're staying on top of it. And I say that's a good thing, because hey, you see if you watch all the later Terminators, they had it to the point they was running over it. How did it become a construction? How did it become a construction of technology, not just technology with you, but how did it become of a construction value that you wanted to showcase this to others? Because I mean, you could have sat here and just kept this all in a vault somewhere. Like, right. How did that come about?
So you're asking like why share this stuff at all, or
not like to share to the abstract, but why learn the different, how you say, the different abstracts of it? Like, what made you channel, like, go into the components of this technology that we have? Because I mean, you could have just stayed at one base of like, hey, this is something that I'm keeping, like, to build on my limitations. Like, what build on that foundation of, okay, hey, this is going way beyond what I'm thinking?
I mean, I love sharing. So like, I feel like it would be boring if I didn't get to share. Like, I get excited when other people get excited around technology. And so a big part of it is like the sharing is what brings me joy. So if I think I've actually been offered money to not share, like to work at a company and to develop technologies at a company, but not tell anybody about innovations. And they offered money that I could probably never imagine seeing in my lifetime. And I said no, because they said you can't share anything. You have to just develop in-house in secret. You can't tell anyone. And they didn't understand that that's what brings me joy, is the sharing. Like, so doing all that cool tech stuff and not being able to share it with people that can also do it, and then it just doesn't have the same value to me. It literally, it's worth less to me to not be able to share it. It's worth more to my like soul and well-being if I can share it with somebody and then they get excited and they want to build stuff. Like, that's like the best feeling ever.
Yes. No, I love to hear that. As I famously say in the metaverse message, that is really something that is really needed to be. I mean, I grew up with siblings, so to hear already with that aspect, somebody who wants to share, that's something that really wants to already have you drawn to. Like, okay, what are you sharing with this information? Like, what are you like? Why do you want to share this? Because a lot of times people who share stuff or whatever, they're shared to certain abstracts, or I call it, they share the stuff they don't want to just keep in their mind. So to really see to that, right. Like, okay, to have that same feeling, to have that same adaptation that you could have to somebody else. And I mean, I seen it with conversation with you, like when you asked me one simple question, it made me like sit there and just think about like the whole existence. You asked me with my show, what did I wanted to do beyond it? And I never thought it was an aspect, because like I say, it goes way beyond technology now. when we're sitting there talking like face to face. And that was the whole like biggest abstract to me now, because I'm like, hold on, I used to look at you on the headset. I used to again looked at you from MetaConnect when you're just sitting there from the headset. So to hear that sharing wise, it's amazing to a factor. It brings me to my next one. I see you coming out with a book. I see you out here with that again already with the resume that you have up here, like even like with works with DreamWorks, if I'm saying it right, like what built this factor? Because you said earlier only to be 31. What built this factor like in you to show again, not just with the sharing aspect, but to show, okay, this is something I want to leave behind? Like what made that adaptation to really leave a digital imprint now?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I guess when it comes to the book stuff, the idea was that I think information and gatekeeping is going to be kind of vanquished because of AI. So AI is going to essentially allow any kind of knowledge sharing that people want is going to be available. So in a sense, I kind of wanted to make my mark in time through a book to kind of like put a moment in time where it's like, okay, this is when there was still knowledge that could be kept just behind a book, but now it's almost like to put a marker in time, because I think after this time, maybe the need for books will change. They might just become fuel for other AI models to teach and learn from. And so I'm trying to expedite that. I'm actually teaching an AI on my book. And then for the people that purchase the book, I'm going to give them the ability that they can basically ask my book any question they want. So they don't, I would love if they would read it, but I'm also going to make it so you could just talk to my book and like a guide, like just ask my book a question. And I'm thinking books should be able to tell you, but also it should allow you to read it if you wanted to and have the words, be able to, if you want to digest it slowly and process it, it should be welcome to that. If you want to listen to it through an audiobook, I think the accessibility aspect is a big deal to me. But I just wanted to put a marker in time because I don't know if this will work so much in the future. I don't know what books look like then, but there's this time now and I can leverage technology that exists today and make a book. And the main thing is I trained several AI models to interview me. And then based off the interviews, a different AI model will organize that into a chapter. I then listen back to it and give it notes. I say, this is what I liked and didn't like about this chapter. It's aligned with my values. It's not aligned with my values. And I kind of have this like conversation with the AI. And then it's like, oh, okay. So you want me to go more this direction? I'm like, yeah. And then, but you want me to do less of this? Yeah. And then more of that? Yes. And then it goes back to the writing room, the AI interface, and it comes back with a new script. And I listen and I read to it. And I say listen because I take the audio and I put it into 11 Labs. They're you can copy and paste text, and then they can speak it out to you out loud. And it's so useful because then I'll go walk my dogs in the neighborhood while I listen back to the chapter revision, because I'm better at understanding if I hear it. And so I can hear my own chapter, and I'm hearing all the stories. And so I've trained the AI. I keep making sure that it's very fun. It keeps it asks me follow-up questions if I'm not giving enough personal anecdotes. And so the book is full of my own human stories, so that it's not too robotic and so that it's not too disconnected. But yeah, it's like leveraging the tools in the way that make the most sense for me to write a book. I didn't have the focus to make a book before AI. It wouldn't have worked for me. I couldn't have done it before this.
That's what I mean, to really adapt to something that a lot of people could be scared and run from, to build a construction value. That's like, it goes way beyond the realm, because how you say it, like to build that focus now, it's that's like the storytelling of a visual album. You only see like cats like who do that with the storytelling, or the famous like with stand-ups and everything. Like you have to build a foundation. To found that foundation, you have somebody. I mean, not from somebody. You have the story. From the story, you can either like learn from it, but people have to like really sit there and listen to it. You can sit there all day, but like you can do blase, but this is from the realm that I did it from. Okay, not just from what I did it from. Okay, if I did it from this aspect, you can do it from this certain aspect. Now, what way can you do it with the duality of it? And that it makes me like really smile with that aspect, because that is showcasing, like how I was saying earlier, now you're juggling to a factor of where you've never been before. Now you can sit here and have multiple factors of, okay, hey, this is something that I learned. Now I can leave a schematic with it, and it's also a factor of not being robotic, not being the all way of just stationary of like, this is all that you're learning. This is something that you can either, like you say, either construct from. So no, I mean, I'm sorry again if I'm just being mind blown right now, because while with this conversation, just like AI, you're like you're seeing the components behind it. So I'm like, just like, oh wow. But no, that brings me to my next question with you. I'm seeing, like how we were saying earlier, about how did that become now with the content creation value? Because now I see you with like being one of the faces with Meta, not even just being that, but like with one of the faces of building your own brand. How did that creation of like content like come about with that? Is that still with the sharing aspect?
Yeah. So I guess when it comes to making content, and then like I find that like I try to make content that I'll only really make content that agrees with my values. And so I value a lot of technology, and I also really value like positive uses of tech. Like that's my thing. I try to do the opposite of the show Black Mirror. Black Mirror is like humans, technology, horrible relationship in the future. In my mind, what I try to build on my Instagram and across socials is a clear mirror. It's where you have a transparent relationship with technology. You can see a version of yourself in it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be a tinted, darker version of your reality. It can be something that you can see through, you can see yourself in. But the thing is, a clear mirror and a black mirror, they're actually one mirror. It's just which side you're choosing to focus on. And it's very easy that I feel like if you use technology by default, it might slip to the black mirror because it's easier to use a black mirror. But if you like use it really intentional, you can switch it to the clear mirror side of things. And the thing is, I make content around my clear mirror ideas, and then companies like those big tech companies see that, and then they usually want to work with people that are helping shape more positive futures. Because then what I do is I'll try to inspire their developers so that they actually go and build products that are more aligned with clear mirror, so that they don't accidentally slip into the black mirror. Like, because it's the same side. Just that it's easier to tell stories about the black mirror because of fear-based response. But I want to give stories that like inspire people to think, wow, what if we had a tool that could make things better for everybody? And what if we did it incrementally? So it just got better and better and better and better. And yeah, I mean, I see the same tool that we're using right now to be able to have this conversation in a metaverse location where we're driving full 3D avatars and rigs. This is a very positive use of technology. Like, we get to share a stage together despite being many, many miles apart.
Yeah.
This is insanely awesome. And we can share, moments that we care about. And this is us using the clear mirror version of this technology, in my opinion.
And I mean, how I was said earlier with the duality of it, like you see the aspect, because I know, especially to be in this realm of technology that you know about, like how you were saying earlier, you have the dark web aspects, you have the many people now to gain the different values from it into a social like structure that is different. And I mean, I'm a comic book head. It's like the building of Ultron. Like, you can either have it into a positive manner, or you can sit there and be like, okay, hey, this is something that the world is going to run from. This is what they're seeing it as. And that was like bringing me to like one of my next questions with you, as like an aspect to really see this merger. Like, do you really feel like this becomes do you feel like AI is going to become to a point of becoming like oversaturated? Just like, because before we could even talk about AI, I remember everybody used to talk about the flying car aspect or everything. And now we get to the point like you don't have to put gas in the car. Like, everybody is becoming like stationary. Do you feel like AI will get to that like component? Like, well, it just be like, okay, well, hey, it's here.
Yeah, I do. I do think, and actually I'm planning for, there's going to be an oversaturation of AI everything. Like, you already see it right now. It's being embedded into like all the tools. So like everything has an AI button for adjusting writing. There's going to be AI image generators. There's AI video generators. And soon there'll be like AI driven robotics and things that are physically moving in your locations in response to AI. So I think during this time, there's going to be an increase in value in extremely human and extremely immersive experiences. Like there's going to be a need. There's going to be this need of like, oh, is this real? And in a very cool sense, we're going to see both. I think some people are going to go diving down the rabbit hole of more real, and other people are going to dive down the rabbit hole of more synthetic.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll probably be someone that goes in between the two as like my comfort zone. There's going to be times when I think it's appropriate to be synthetic, and then times when I think it's appropriate to be completely human. But I'm not like an either or kind of person. I'm very this and that kind of person.
Remember I told you earlier that T model 9000. You said that's synthetic. I'm watching it. No, I love to hear that fact. I mean, because you're not just staying with the one obstruction that they're having with it. Because a lot of people that I see, again, I may have many colleagues that fell deep into the rabbit hole where technology took over their obstruction, that if they don't do anything with technology, it's gonna take them over, or to the abstract, like, oh, hey, if you don't know about this going on, like you're gonna be oblivious or what's up. But then you have individuals like yourself that's showing like, hey, you don't have to be scared of this factor. Yeah, just because they have a dark web, you still have a whole never search engine over here that's showing you different values, different metrics. They're not even as that, but a different perception. And that's the yin and the yang of a lot of things on here. Like I was just talking with Shawn earlier, when you can be a positive force even with this gaming aspect. You have so many people that come on here like, oh, well, hey, this is something that I just see as a video game aspect, or because we put it on to like dive into something else. People are already looking at the aspect, or you're doing it to get away. But I know a lot of times, like I look at it this way, we look at it to build away. And like, I mean, a lot of times you don't have to build on the obstruction to this, like want to get away from anything. When I get on this headset now, like I started this as an artist. So now to really get to this factor that I'm able to now sit down and learn from conversations from individuals like yourself, that's what this headset is made for. Just like how you were saying earlier, like we're able now to sit in a format and talk to each other, learn from each other, adapt. Like, no pun intended. Shout out to AI. And it's getting to the point now, like AI is everywhere. Like AI is even telling me different ways I can change my daughter's diaper. And I'm sitting here like, whoa. Like what? Like what is a triangle penguin? Like I'm sitting here like what? But it's many different like perceptions, and I'm like, oh, that's how technology is. Just like you have many people who are like of a different age. It's like, hold on, I can't be on this to a structural factor where I see many people get on here. They have a senior citizen club on here now that many individuals. I mean, I don't do that to laugh at, but many individuals sat there and be like, they would not get onto this obstruct. You can get into a different value now. So with you, again, how you saying you're the man right there in the middle. Do you feel like that leaves now for you a certain advantage now with this? Because like, I mean, as I say, with a certain advantage, do you feel like now as an innovator that will bring a lot of like dark entities now towards your way? Because a lot of people could either sit there and use that for good or use that for bad. Like, how do you find that obstruction? I mean, because I remember you were saying earlier about with your values, but like, how do you use your values with like a business structure? I mean, if they're like trying to keep it a hidden agenda, like how did that come about?
Well, I guess it just depends. Like, I guess I don't know the question exactly. Is the question like, how do I keep my values, but also still jump in between synthetic and human experience?
Yes. Like how you were saying earlier, you see the dark side of it. You see a lot of people are going to the dark web aspect, like with the dark mirror and the clear mirror aspect. Like, how do you still like keep up a upstate of values with, like you said, you can see many businesses now from this that could come to the abstract of becoming like dark mirror. Like, how did that like come about?
I mean, I keep to it because, like, I mean, I like to have hope, and I also like to inspire people. I find that it's easier to inspire people when I focus on the clear mirror, and it's much harder to inspire people if I focus content around the darker mirror. You know, it's like no one's like happy or excited about these tools, and also I think it stifles imagination. Like, there's so many positive things you can do with these tools. I mean, I guess I kind of play it by ear to some sense, but I also I'm really careful with the agreements. Like, if I'm going to work with or partner with one of those companies, I first try to figure out what team at those companies I'm working with, because a lot of people forget big tech is actually just made of people. There's actually a lot of real humans there, and they actually want positive things. But sometimes they can get caught up in a system that had values that were not aligned. And so when that happens, those are the projects that I would avoid and explain to them why I can't work with them. But the ones where I see alignment, then I'm like, okay, we can work together. And I don't know if that answered the question.
No, that's what I mean. With open conversation, like though, that perfectly answered that. I mean, because that is showing you can still uphold a value of showing like, hey, I'm gonna stick to my standard because I've seen so many. It's not no stabs or no jabs to anybody. I've seen so many entities on here that could have been so many great dynasties on here, but because they seen the almighty dollar to all this or what, so now I'm seeing their aspects that they had to this technology is used to a whole different standard. It's just like now, like with the famous, like with these famous, like how you saying these tech companies now, I feel like everybody wants to get on the wave when it becomes hot with virtual reality, or when it becomes okay. Why is everybody flocking to this like one computer screen? Like that's when you see so many of these businesses. Like it's like the famous. You have Burger King and McDonald's, but they both make burgers, and it gets like so like compounding factor to me that with again how we said earlier perception, and to really 100%. Now you have to have perception in technology is again mind blowing. And I know a lot of times we sit here and just want to build one highway from this, but I was saying earlier with this thing that we call tethering. How do you feel like now? Like, because again, I see you now with going way beyond the content creation. I'm seeing you're showing this adaptive service that's going way beyond, but not even this, you're showing what you're doing with this adaptive service. When does it become a point of, I guess, a factor to you that this is not even technology no more. This is a part of me. Like, is it at that factor for you yet, or do you feel like you still have to get like some way of a learning curve with that?
See technology everywhere. I even think reality is a form of technology itself. Like for me, that. like reality is high tech. I mean, we're able to transmit air pressure waves across space and time and then interpret that as sound and words and language and music. That is extremely high tech. I know how hard it is to build. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a phone call. I know how hard it is to build a world, in like Horizon worlds. Hold on one second. Sorry. Just gotta say. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I know how hard it is to build like the sound systems, in Horizon worlds, like building a space. Reality can also do that. There's some underlying code that allows like sound to work. Gravity we take for granted. The fact that we have hands that work in reality and they can pick up stuff. Like I'm already just so excited by these avatar bodies that I have both in the virtual space but also in the physical space. In my mind, there's not too much of a distinction. It's like, wow, you can these are just modalities for exploring an infinite type of reality. So I don't really see a blurred line, if anything. Like I take reality very seriously, but I do not take it literally.
Oh, I like that. Like you see the merging aspect of it, but you still see the unwinding of the thread, how you'll call it. And I mean, to be in this spider web and to really see that, hey, that's a vision to really say that you keep it from
How'd you do the fire? I've never seen that one.
Oh yeah, that's one of my emojis. Emotes, I guess you call it. With the like when you hold your thumb up.
You can change it in your menu.
Yeah, we can change it in your menu.
Oh, that's so cool. Sorry, I didn't know that.
See, look, that's what I mean. Like it's
You're good.
It's like it's certain stuff like that. Like, but no, that's what I mean. Like when it's like
you're literally shooting fire. You're literally spitting fire in front of me as you're spitting fire, metaphorically.
Yeah, that's keeping it going. But no, that's what I love about it. Like, because there's many times we make a joke on here to be on this. Like, I've been on Horizon Worlds like for 3 years now. We used to make fun of it. We used to be on here when it was block faces. You sitting there, you had acne. You only had like 3 types of sweaters to the point like we made jokes. We used to have flip phones on here. And to the point now to the fact there's like one of the biggest things to me, I look down to my hands always. and to look down to my hands to really see that aspect, like I could really feel like I'm looking at my hands. That is something that takes me way beyond this realm of technology. And just like how you say that excitement that you just had with the emotes, that's what draws in this crowd. That is what draws in what technology is supposed to satisfy. It's the curiosity that we have with this, just like the famous games we used to play or the famous articles that we used to read up. Man, we can bring me to like one of my final questions with you, Doc. Because again, I thank you for your time that you're doing with this. And again, I know you're in a parking lot. I'm not trying to have you there all night. Like I see that they have like a lot of these events and everything coming up. Like first and foremost, are you doing MetaConnect this year, or can we ask that before anything, or is that NDA? I say, or do
I
we have
don't
to keep it
know
done?
what my answer to that is yet.
so yeah. So I mean, that was just like one of the speedball questions. The next one is corn or peas.
I like peas. They're really
Like
delicious.
peas? All right. And then the last question with that is, it's not my last question with general, but the last question with the random speedball. No, not like drugs or folks. So don't think that in head. But this the random question. Lawnmower Man or Shrek?
Oh no, how are you gonna do me that way? I love both of those. Oh my god. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Let me think about this. Oh, okay. I hope my DreamWorks friends don't get mad at me. I'm gonna say Lawnmower Man.
Hey, no, no, that was one of the questions I was saying. I mean, because again, I know you're a technology head, but then also I know you love the animation aspect, because that's like one of my final questions. Like with you, like how do you like learn to do that merger of keeping it a like animated factor? Like I've seen like a lot of the builds that you did, like you had with the daggers and everything that you had people check out. Like, how do you keep it at a approach of this is something that like it's still serious, but it's like you can have fun with it? Like what, like how did that come about? Is that the curiosity with it, or is that just still like, hey, I'm having fun with it?
For me, this is like it's the same feeling I had when I was a little kid playing with blocks and Lego bricks. Like that feeling I get when I build something and it can do something cool and I can show it to somebody. Like that's what I was doing. I've not lost my inner child. That's like the main thing. I'm still the same like 4-year-old, 5-year-old that I was playing with toys. And the difference is my tools have matured. I'm now building with 3D tools and modeling software and texturing and animation software. But the framework is just, it's a kid playing. Hold on, sorry.
You're totally okay.
Yeah, no. So it's very much like just coming from a place of play. Man. And since I will not stop playing, I will continue to build things forever.
Hey man, I need to get his PR. Y'all heard that, folks? Y'all seen that was a wonderful answer right there. I just had to write down the end of that. But no, no, that's what I really say about like with innovation and being an innovator on here. You still have to have fun with this abstract. That's what I love about if I do this show every Friday night. I get to learn something new, but not even just that. I get to learn something about why somebody else loves the same thing that I love. And to really, that's what builds this web that we're in. That's what builds these highways of tethering that we're all about. And you can really see the journey with every individual that's on here. That's one of my things I really say on here. Like everybody is a somebody. And no, I really thank you for what you do on this platform, because that same curiosity that you have within, you are really perking up the next person with. This, like I was telling to Shawn, I show like everything that I see that with myself, I show to my son. So for my son to sit here, because we make a joke, we sit here and like, you know how they got 2 chains. We sit there, we call you 2 heads, because you be having with the headsets and everything. And that's one of the pictures I showed with him and all that. Like he was like one of the questions. He's like, Dad, okay, so he put that one headset on in the front, and then he'll put on the other one like in the back. And I'm like, no, son, it don't work that way. He was like, no, he's 2 heads. And that's what that came about in the house. But no, so you have people watching this indention, just like when that thrill and excitement, just like from myself, to see another individual in this realm of technology. No, I thank you. And before I even have you leave the stage, first, man, I see that you have your book and everything coming out. How can everybody get on the waiting list for that, or if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, sure thing. Right now, if you leave a chair emoji on any post of mine, I have a AI that I trained who will see that, and then they will interview you 2 questions, and then once you answer those 2 questions, then you're on the wait list.
Man, yeah, I heard that, folks.
Chair emoji. If you leave a chair emoji on any comment or post, and now I have 2 different AIs running in Instagram right now, so they have sometimes slightly differing opinions, which is really weird to see, because like one's like, oh, I can't collect your email, and then the other one's like, but I can. I will.
Yeah, go
like
and send that to me.
Yeah, and so it might sound like there's like 3 entities in there. 2 of them will be non-human. 1 of them will be human. And that'll be me.
So don't get them confused. Don't get them confused. No, and I mean, yes, folks, get on that waiting list. Get on that waiting list, man, because this is really insight to technology. Not even just that, but the insight for an individual behind this technology. That is something that you could really see. And I say, man, it's something that you could really adapt from. I say that again. Either you could innovate something from it, or not even as that, you could pass it on along the way to somebody who might need it. And hey, folks, that's how we keep this web of construction going instead of this web of destruction. Man, so any positive words or anything that you could leave up here, Mr. Don? Again, like I said, I know you were saying about being positive to technology, but like what words that you could just leave for anybody that's just on here, like in this realm of this not chasing, but in this realm of searching this newfound technology?
Yeah, I would say continuously put a past version of yourself out of work by new skills that you learned today.
That was deep. That was a tattoo.
That's like that's like my whole thing. Like if you can keep putting a past version of yourself out of the work, where your past version of yourself will be like, wow, I didn't know you could do that. You keep doing that, then all the innovations that happen aren't that scary. They're all just really exciting. You're just helping your future self, who's going to be very thankful for the work that you put in now to learn that thing that would put them in a better spot.
See, folks, and he knows about the multiverse. That's how you know
Bingo.
this is real. No,
I'm a big multiverse believer.
hey, another person who will believe. I hear the words, but no,
Yep.
man, I thank you so much for what you're doing on this platform, because just like how I'm excited for you to be here tonight, I know there's multiple individuals in here tonight, because you are that new factor. You are the ones that's showing us, hey, we don't have to be scared of this, and not even as that. You are one enjoying this, that the same thing that we're doing many times when we're putting on this headset. So to see somebody else really stay into that constructive value, I thank you. And hey, any way the Howard Hour can help with that factor, let us know. And then also, I'm letting you know personally, I'm pulling up on you again. I will be in California coming up soon. And I said to you when I was at AWE, next time I'm out there, I'm hitting you up. So I'm letting that be known on camera. I'm pulling up on you. No Joe Goldberg. So
excited.
It's okay.
I would love to connect. That'd be wonderful. Yeah, it'll get you and me. So that's great.
Yeah, and he got the other AIs all around. But no, man, y'all make sure, man, y'all throw some confetti in the air, man, for the one, the only Mr. Don Allen. Yes,
thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
No, I thank you, and I say, so before I even have you jet over there, I said, well, actually, if you just stick around a little bit, I can get a picture with you and Shawn.
Oh, sure.
So I say, you'll exit right here, or you can sit right here on the couch. You can get comfortable. I say, but yes, folks, man, you see that how it goes, and you see how you can get to your goals. These individuals that came to the stage tonight, man, is really showcasing, like how we say, with that duality that we have in here. You can have fun on the aspect, and you can learn from it, and you can put both of them together, and you can learn and have fun with it. Magic school bus status, you feel me? But man, when it's to a status of really growing with this platform, you see the many days, the many nights, the hard dedication. It's just like when you're sitting there nurturing to a baby, you want to sit there and watch it grow. You want to sit there and grow with it. And you can only do that if you have that mindset of, you have to adapt. Only you can be the biggest person you can be. Only you can be the biggest destruction you can be. But still, at the end of the day, you can only be the biggest person you can be, folks. And I'm living proof you can do that. CJ Shallow, Shawncamgaming, man, Mr. Don Allen. Like I'm telling you, folks, it all starts with what makes you happy. If it's something that piques your curiosity, check it out. If it's something that's bad for you, walk around it. But it's still something that you have to grow with. Just like a tree that's in the Amazon, you can go way beyond this, folks, and you seeing what's going on with this technology. So up until next time, you know how I say and you know how we do. This is your boy HT Howard 702. Let's get tripping like a kid, untie his shoes. Thank y'all for rocking with me because I rock with you. Spread love, not hate. Only you can be the positive way. Flood this stuff like it's a lake, or we could just make it get big like Ricky Lake. You feel me? So, man, up until next time, I'll be saving y'all a seat. You know, let's go.
Are you looking to take your online presence to the next level? At Lux Vision Studios, we're your one-stop shop for building a strong digital brand and connecting with your target audience. We produce high-quality shows in a variety of formats, including podcasts, talk shows, gaming content, and motivational videos. Our team of experts will manage your social media channels and branding, helping you amplify your story and reach a wider audience. We stream content across popular social media platforms and Roku, ensuring maximum visibility. Whether you're a gamer, entrepreneur, or looking to inspire others, we have the expertise to help you achieve your online goals. Here's what sets us apart: engaging content. We produce a variety of shows to keep your audience interested and coming back for more. Social media and branding mastery. We'll manage your online presence and build a strong brand that resonates with your target audience. Multi-platform reach. We stream your content across popular platforms and Roku, maximizing your visibility. Community focus. We believe in fostering a community around your content, creating a loyal following. Let Lux Vision Studios help you connect with your community and amplify your voice online.